Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to our brand new video. Well, in this video, we're going to discuss about countries without reported COVID-19 cases. Around the world, countries are seeing record numbers of COVID-19 cases, from the Italy to United States, where COVID's second or third waves reveal the worst conditions than when the coronavirus initially hit. But surprisingly, there are still some countries who have staved off the coronavirus pandemic. Almost after 10 months, the WHO, World Health Organization, declared COVID-19 a pandemic. In the world, there are some countries reporting 0 cases of coronavirus. The two most famous countries in the list is Turkmenistan and North Korea. There are also some other countries without COVID-19 cases, are mostly the islands located in the Pacific. According to World Health Organization report, Turkmenistan, a country in Central Asia, has not reported a single COVID-19 case. According to experts, COVID-19 cases exist in Turkmenistan, but due to strict governmental control over the media, makes it difficult to leak the actual situation. In the area of Turkmenistan, there have been reports of people experiencing suspected coronavirus symptoms and dying while their government has remained silent. North Korea has also not reported a single case of the infection, so far to the United Nations Health Agency, and it remains impossible for foreign media to independently confirm the claims. Even declaring itself COVID-19 case-free, North Korea has requested shipments of coronavirus vaccines in application to the GAVI, Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunizations. In North Korea, in the border city of Kaesong, there was a suspected case which prompted Kim Jong-un to impose a 3-week lockdown on the region. It was lifted, but state media never commented on the outcome. In April, a lack of public appearances by Kim Jong-un led to rumors that some form of crisis, possibly coronavirus, had indeed gripped the country. Kim Jong-un later reappeared at the opening of a fertilizer factory, well and alive, after a 20-day absence. While experts dispute North Korea's claims that it has had no COVID-19 cases, it is possible that its isolation from the rest of the world is working in its favor. This country was one of the first who closed its borders in response to the threat, and may be that early action has proven effective in containing the spread of the disease. Some other countries have reliably reported 0 cases of COVID-19. They're located in the South Pacific and all are island nations, as Kiribati, Tuvalu, Palau, Micronesia, Tonga, and Samoa. This is a case where the best defense against the pandemic is isolation. Though the countries are still reeling from the coronavirus despite the lack of physical cases. Tourism is hugely important in this region, and beaches and hotels are lying empty. With Vanuatu reporting the first case of coronavirus, along with cases in the Solomon Islands and Fiji, the global COVID-19 is inching even closer to some countries that have escaped its wrath so far. These countries are likely experiencing the benefit of bordering only the ocean, but their strict policies of travel may also be responsible for the island's success, as the other territories and island nations have not fared as well. Now we're discussing some reasons of the countries that WHO, World Health Organization, says have reported 0 cases of COVID-19. Tonga. Tonga is neighbored by Fiji to the northwest, includes about 170 islands of which 36 are inhabited, Niue to the northeast and Samoa to the north. The nation has reportedly kept the COVID-19 off of its shores by restricting crews and other ships in early stages of the coronavirus, closing all airports and even instituting a national lockdown. According to the Associated Press, the Tonga country has still seen no cases. The reason of this country's COVID-19 case-free is that government restricts cruise ships and closes airports at the early stage. Tuvalu. Tuvalu is located about halfway between Australia and Hawaii. Tuvalu is made up of 6 atolls and 3 reef islands, with approximately 10 square miles combined area and a population of over 10,000. The independent nation, a member of the Commonwealth, has seen success in closing its borders for travel purposes, with a very mandatory quarantine in some cases. The reason of Tuvalu country COVID-19 0 cases is that the government closed borders for travel to avoid bringing COVID-19 to the country. Samoa. Samoa is one of the westernmost countries in Polynesia. Samoa is made up of several uninhabited islands and 4 inhabited islands, and is an independent nation of a member of the Commonwealth. The government of Samoa prohibited nearly all travelers to travel its islands, except for in exceptional circumstances, in which a very mandatory quarantine was instituted to avoid bringing COVID-19 to the country. The reason of Samoa country COVID-19 free cases is that the government prohibited travelers to travel to avoid bringing COVID-19 to the country. Palau. Palau is located about 500 miles east of the Philippines and over 800 miles southwest of Guam and includes 300 islands. Palau is an independent country in free association with the U.S., United States. The island nation initially suspended all air travel to stave off COVID-19 pandemic from its borders, later moving to a mandatory quarantine model. The reason of Palau country COVID-19 free cases is that the government suspended all commercial air travel in order to avoid bringing COVID-19 to the country. Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan is the non-remote location in Central Asia, which has touched all but one continent in the world. Turkmenistan has not officially acknowledged any COVID-19 cases because its officials have restricted all commercial travel, encouraging social distancing at mass religious events and mask wearing. The reason of Turkmenistan country COVID-19 free cases is that the government does all the steps to avoid COVID-19 like social distancing, wearing a mask, and restriction of commercial travel. Niue. Niue is located about 1,500 miles northeast of New Zealand, where Niue is politically associated. The island nation of Niue is the westernmost island of the Cook Islands and one of the world's largest coral islands. Although it operates independently, the country has received support from New Zealand to help in making COVID-19 case-free. Kiribati. Circular coral reefs, one raised limestone island, and 32 atolls make up Kiribati. Kiribati, located about 2,000 miles southwest of Hawaii, the country instituted travel restrictions in order to avoid COVID-19 early on. So the reason for Kiribati country's COVID-19 free cases is that the government restricts all travel in order to avoid bringing COVID-19 to the country. Nauru. Nauru is the third smallest country in the world by its size. The single island is just over 8 square miles. Nauru is home of the second smallest population in the world, approximately 10,000. The country has reportedly kept the coronavirus cases free through the travel restrictions in their neighboring island nations. Cook Islands. The Cook Islands is an island nation located in the South Pacific and is made up of 15 small islands and more than 2,000 miles northeast of New Zealand, where it is politically linked. The Cook Islands has reportedly kept the virus cases free with mandatory quarantining upon entry and temporarily banning boats from its ports, including cruise ships. North Korea. North Korea is one of those countries which reporting of 0 cases of COVID-19 with a population of 25 million. North Korea shares a border with South Korea and China. North Korea, the largest nation to report 0 cases, has instituted a strict lockdown, closed its borders, and travel restrictions. The reason of North Korea COVID-19 free cases is that the government has instituted a strict lockdown, closed its borders, and travel restrictions. And that was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell icon for more updates and notifications, and stay safe. And I will be back soon with another video. Till then, bye everyone!